Ash from CryptoLogic, coming to you from the heart of Melbourne with some massive news about Bitcoin. If you have been curious about crypto, wondering how it's shaking up things here in Australia, or just want to know what's going on with Bitcoin's price, stick with me. Today, 26th of July 2025, we're diving deep into the latest Bitcoin developments with a focus on what's happening right here in Melbourne, plus the global trends that are making waves. Grab yourself a coffee, maybe a flat white, and let's get into it. Let's start with Melbourne's big Bitcoin win. So let's start with the biggest news in Melbourne's crypto scene. Just over a week ago, on July the 17th, 2025, an Australian court dropped a bombshell. Bitcoin can now be used as a collateral for mortgages. That's right. Your Bitcoin could help you buy that dream home in Fitzroy or South Yarra. A Melbourne-based company called Block Earner is leading the charge, launching Australia's first Bitcoin-backed mortgage product. This is a game changer, folks. Imagine you've got, say, 180,000 worth of Bitcoin. Instead of selling it and paying capital gains tax, you can now use it as collateral, secure a loan for a house worth $1.03 million. That's around Melbourne's Meridian house price. This means you keep your Bitcoin, it keeps growing, and you still get to move into that trendy Collingwood terrace. But it's not just about home buyers. This ruling shows that Australia's regulators like ASIC and AUSTRAC are starting to see crypto as legit. It's a massive step forward mainstream adoption, and Melbourne's at the forefront. Platforms like Block Earner are using top-notch security, like multi-signature wallets, so your assets are safe. How cool is that? Let's touch on the Aussie crypto market. Now, let's zoom out a bit and look at Australia's crypto market. It's absolutely booming at 82.59 billion last year, and experts say it could hit 228.25 billion by 2034. That's 10.7 growth rate every year. Melbourne is a big part of this, with our tech hubs in South Bank and Richmond hosting crypto meetups and blockchain startups. One thing I love about Melbourne is how easy it's getting to jump into crypto. We've got nearly 1,200 Bitcoin ATMs across Australia now, and heaps are popping up in the CBD, Brunswick, even Dandenong. You can walk in to the convenience store, feed in some cash, and boom, you've got Bitcoin in your digital wallet. Simple as that. But a quick heads up, stick your regulated platforms like BTC markets or independent reserve to avoid any dodgy dealings. Oh, and have you heard about the monochrome Bitcoin ETF? It's Australia's first ETF that directly holds Bitcoin, launched right here on Australia's CBOE Australia Exchange. Last month, 87.3 million poured into Aussie Bitcoin ETFs. That's 60 times more than gold funds. Melbourne investors are clearly all in on crypto. Let's talk about price of Bitcoin in Australian dollars. All right, numbers, because I know you're curious. As of today, July 26, 2025, Bitcoin is trading at $179,094.32. That's down smidge from its all-time high of $187,284.19 on July the 14th, but it's still up 2% in the last 24 hours. The market cap, a staggering $3.56 trillion. Now, for us Melburnians, this price action is a wild ride. If you had put $1,000 into Bitcoin a year ago, when it was around 100,000, you would have nearly $1,800 today. Not bad, right? But here's the thing. Experts are predicting Bitcoin could hit $223,867.90 by the end of this year. Some even say $385,000 if things go crazy. On the flip side, if the market tanks, we could see a drop to $107,800. Why the swings, you ask? Bitcoin's supply is capped at 21 million coins. So when demand spikes, like it is now, prices go through the roof. Plus, the Aussie dollar is feeling some heat, with forecasts saying it could dip below 60 US cents next year. That makes Bitcoin a solid hedge against a weaker Australian dollar. Global trends impacting Australia? Yep. Let's get into that, because what happens overseas definitely hits home. In the US, President Trump's gone all in on Bitcoin, with the government reportedly buying huge reserves. His sons are neck deep into crypto projects, and spot Bitcoin ETFs are driving prices to 120,000 US dollars. That's 184,800 in our money. This pro-crypto vibe in the US is boosting Bitcoin's status as a reserve asset, like gold. And with tensions like US and Iran conflict pushing investors towards hard assets, Bitcoin's getting a global glow up. For all Aussies, a strong US dollar could weaken our Australian dollar, making Bitcoin even more attractive as a store of value. But here is a curveball, guys. Quantum computing. Some experts say in 5 to 10 years, quantum computers could crack Bitcoin's encryption. That's a worry. But Melbourne's tech scene, think RMIT, Uni Melbourne, is already working on quantum resistant solutions. We're not just keeping up, we are leading the pack. So what are the challenges and opportunities? Let's be real. Bitcoin is not all sunshine and rainbows. Back in 2015, Aussie banks shut down 13 out of 17 Bitcoin exchanges over crime concerns. Things are better now, but you've got to stick with regulated platforms to stay safe. Melbourne's got a vibrant crypto community, but always do your homework. On the flip side, opportunities are massive. Bitcoin-backed mortgages are just the start. We've got DeFi startups, sustainable mining initiatives, and even our exchanges are leading world in ESG reporting. Plus, with Bitcoin potentially hitting $706,200 by 2030, long-term investors could be laughing all the way to the bank. So, what's next for us in Melbourne? If you're thinking about crypto, now is the time to act. Use Bitcoin for a mortgage, invest in an ETF, or just HODL for the long haul. But here's my tip. It's not a financial advice. By all means, try dollar cost averaging to smooth out the volatility. And keep an eye on the global trends like US tariffs or RBA rate cuts, which could shake up the Australian and the Bitcoin prices. Melbourne's becoming a global crypto hub with our universities, startups and exchanges paving the way. Whether you're in Collingwood or Toorak there's a place for you in this revolution. All right, that's the Bitcoin lowdown for Melbourne and beyond. What do you think? Ready to jump into crypto or just watching from the sidelines? Drop a comment below and let's keep the convo going. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more crypto updates. Until next time, stay savvy, Melbourne, and keep hodling. Cheers.